Hey everybody, DeLong Shot Signatures here. This is episode 217 of my TTM returns. This is the last TTM video of the year, of course with it being New Year's Eve and everything. I did get some successes on Thursday and Friday. It was one each. Decided not to do a video for those. Just went ahead and added it to everything that came in today. But I've got 8 successes to share with you guys. So we'll start off with the Thursday return. This is a 2 of 2 success coming back from college football coach Norm Ish. He is the head coach for Illinois Wesleyan, which is a Division III school. So the main reason I sent to him was he is part of the 200 college wins club for football coaches. There's not too many that are in there. There's quite a few, but not too many that are in that club, and there's not many that are still alive, let alone actively coaching. So really cool to get that one back. That took 69 days. Then on Friday, also got one return. This is coming back from NHL prospect. He was drafted in 2022. This is a 2 of 2 success in 39 days from Swift Current Broncos goaltender Reed Dick. He was drafted in the 6th round by the Boston Bruins. I think I was planning on sending to him or had tried him last year. If I did try him, I never heard back. And if I didn't, there's a reason why I never heard back from him. But he signed both of those photos, and I think another collector on Instagram had gotten him back, so felt a little bit better sending to him. But really nice goaltender. I think he went underdrafted. If that's he was undervalued in the draft is what I'm getting at. Because I thought he was projected to be a much higher pick, but going in the 6th round's pretty late. But that doesn't mean that it's over for him. Again, goaltenders take a lot longer to develop anyway, so it could take a while to see how he does. But he's got a pretty bright future ahead of him. Then we got 6 returns for today. I think we're going to go ahead and continue the theme of hockey with this return. I don't have it pulled up what league I sent to, but this was an international success. This is a 1 of 1 return in 33 days from goaltender Gilles Sen. Could be pronouncing that wrong. Could be Gilles. But he is a former draft pick of the New Jersey Devils. He was in their prospect system, and when COVID hit, there were a lot of changes in the rules for the rookie cards because the season was shortened, and they didn't know if there was going to be another season, and when there weren't as many games, and Upper Deck still had to fulfill their contract, I guess, of creating all these cards. And they had started making the expanded set, so there were more cards and more rookies that were needed. So what they agreed upon was that formerly a player had to at least make their NHL debut or be on the game opening night roster to have their rookie card created, because the cards are released after the season starts. But they decided as long as a player, I think, was within like a certain age range, draft range, or something like that, like the top prospects could have rookie cards made of them, even if they hadn't made their NHL debut. So there's a lot of cards in the 20-21 Young Guns sets that never played an NHL game and are no longer in the NHL, which is the case of Sen here. Did have to send that internationally, just a shot in the dark, but really, really cool to get that back. I think I said 33 days. Then we've got quite a few baseball returns at the end of the year. These were kind of surprising to get. This first one I sent out recently, so it's not that surprising. But it is a 2 of 2 return from former MLB catcher Terry Kennedy. So he signed my 1990 Upper Deck, nicely in blue. And then I already had this card, but because I didn't get him through the mail, I completely forgot I even had it for a minute there. But a 1990 Don Russ, I got that from Brandon Stebbins, who looked at my spreadsheet for the cards that I did have, and he saw that I didn't have Terry Kennedy yet. He had an extra, so he sent that my way So shout out to Brandon Stebbins, not only for the 1990 Don Russ set, but for adding that card already to my collection. So now I've got an extra. But either way, really, really cool to get that one. Just 15 days, not a long return. Then we've got a couple of former pitchers here. First one is a 3 of 3 success in 203 days. This is coming back from Dennis Rasmussen. So we signed the 90 Upper Deck, 90 Don Russ, and the 92 Don Russ. All nicely in blue. And then the other one we have, another shout out to Brandon Stebbins. This is coming back from a former Oakland A's pitcher. This is a 3 of 3 success in 110 days. These are coming back from Rick Honeycutt. So Rick has been a guy that I have seen him time and time again, people getting successes from him. And yet it seems like he's not a super consistent signer. So I don't know if it's just he takes a long time to get back to people, and that's why it looks like he doesn't sign that frequently, or if he really is just hit or miss. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if I included a donation on this one. I don't remember seeing anything in my notes about having to send one to him. But either way, very accomplished pitcher over the years. I think he had a 20 or 21 year career. Astounding. So really, really cool to get those. Added a bunch to some early 90s baseball card sets. And speaking of early 90s trading card sets, we got another 3 cards here for my football collection. This is coming back from a former NFL running back. This is a 3 of 3 success in 64 days from Brad Muster. And for the longest time, I thought I had him in my collection, and I did not. So when I finally figured out that I didn't, I started looking through my cards, and I didn't have very many. So I just ordered, I think the rest of them, those should be coming through the mail. But I did have these 3. I purchased that full set, and then I purchased the 92 full set. I happen to have the Pro set, but I think there's still 3 more cards that I am missing. So I ordered those. Those should be coming in a COMC order sometime in the next week or 2, and I'll be able to get those completed. But pretty nice to get those back in 2 months. And the last success of 2022 is a really cool one. This took over a year. This is a college football player. Not sure if he's going to enter into the draft this upcoming year or not. He still has a couple years of eligibility, but really, really awesome return here. So this is a 2 of 2 success in 467 days from Kansas State running back Deuce Vaughn. So I sent to him, I think it would have been at the end of his sophomore season, or even the beginning of his sophomore season, now that I think about it, and didn't hear back. So I thought, oh, that request is probably gone. Sent out to a bunch of college football players. A lot of those don't come back, and it's, it is what it is. And after the season ends, usually they're either switching teams or they're going into the draft. I don't send to a lot of young guys, just here and there. So I really was not expecting this one to come back today. So that's a really cool success to get in. Unfortunately, Kansas State did lose in their bowl game to Alabama. Once I saw that matchup was happening, I knew immediately it wasn't going to be a great end to the year for Kansas State. But they had a good year. Deuce Vaughn kept it up as far as on-the-ground production. He's also pretty good through the year. The one thing that kind of hurt his stock if he was considering going into the draft this year was he couldn't match his touchdown totals from the year prior. He just wasn't getting in the end zone as much despite some really good production. Probably part of that was scheming and some tough games in there for the team. They just weren't as offensively explosive as they were the year before. But regardless, heck of a player. Can't wait to see what he does going forward, whether he continues his college career or decides to go for it at the NFL. Wish him the best. But thank you guys so much for watching these videos throughout the year. This will not be my last video. Hopefully I can get one done before midnight and the year changes. but I want to do a recap of what the year was, talk a little bit about some stuff going forward. But this has just been an awesome, awesome year on YouTube. First full year since coming back. You guys have been awesome. I think it was 83 new subscribers have been added this year after having about 50 last year. So really, really awesome, and a great community here. Been able to connect with a lot of you. I'm going to try and do better going forward about responding a little bit quicker, being a little bit more involved in everything. But just super awesome to have your guys' support and follow me along on this TTM journey. I don't imagine I'm going to get nearly as many next year. You'll see the numbers here in a little bit, but hopefully still getting some really cool stuff like this college football running back that I was not expecting after waiting a year. So again, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Helps me out a lot. Best luck with your guys' collecting. Take care.